Hey guys, welcome back to Uncut, Never Filtered. Again, Tim here.
Nick.
What up, I'm Phil.
And today we want to talk a little bit about duty-free bourbon shopping. So very recently I got to go on a business trip over to Germany, and it was the very first time I got to experience duty-free shopping. And one of the big things leading up to it that I was interested about was going into the duty-free store and seeing if there were any bourbon treasures to be had. So started off, we flew out of Dallas, and going in, do my research on what duty-free was. And unfortunately, after I was running around in like a kid in a candy shop, I learned that it's for export only, right? You can't go in there from a domestic flight, go into Florida and run in there and buy something. They actually make you pull out your ticket, your passport, verify where you're going before they sell you any alcohol to take whatsoever. But looking around, we could put some pictures in to see what the Dallas duty-free store had. That was in Terminal B. Not a lot, I think, overall. When we talk about the trip and whole, bourbon's very small selection compared to your scotches, your single malts, a lot of other liquor options, but the bourbon very underrepresented, I'll say. At the Dallas duty free, I believe we had just your General Mills small batches. Mm-hmm. Not naysaying it, but it's something I could go 3 minutes down the street to the ABC store and get one, right?
Right.
So there's a lot of Elijah Craig small batch. We had some just your regular bullet bourbons. We had, I did see a Baker 7, which I like a lot, from Jim Beam. I think that was $65.
Yeah.
They did have something, and they made damn sure they put export only on every sign all around it. They did have the 1 liter bottles of Buffalo Trace. I know, guys, tater moment, I apologize. But the 1 liter bottles for only $33, right?
That's a steal.
Yeah. I wouldn't mind having that in my house as a warm-up whiskey.
Right. 100%. I'd have got that.
Absolutely. But then when you talk about being a tater, you see Blanton's, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's what people go batshit crazy for, it seems, when you go to the bottle drops, the allocated bottle releases here in Virginia, and everyone's looking for Blanton's. I think it's normally $60, $65 here in Virginia. Guess what the price was? What do you think?
I don't know.
You don't know?
$75.
$75? $159.99. $160. Damn near 2.5 times MSRP, which is surprising. Yeah, absolutely.
Isn't Dulles in Virginia?
Dulles is in Virginia. That's very good. So I don't understand the loopholes they sheningled out of that one. It seemed like everything else that was on the shelves was MSRP for Virginia, but I don't know what they're doing with that.
Yeah, I wonder what allows them to be able to set that price so high, being in Virginia and being allocation. I mean, that seems bullshit.
Yeah, I had a good chuckle, but definitely I have a hard time shelling out $65 for a regular bottle of Blanton's, let alone $159. That was I could tell you there wasn't an empty space where someone grabbed one and said score and went to wherever the hell they were going.
You would have had to hide that bottle upon return if you bought it.
Yeah. Thankfully, it's rounded.
Scrubbing the price tag off. You got it for MSRP, I promise.
Absolutely. So definitely wasn't allowed to buy anything at the duty free shop in Dulles. But I think Nick, you had a buddy that had an experience with duty free.
Yeah. So we were going on deployment, and when you're going over, you're stopping in a bunch of different places to make the flights. And on the way back, we stopped in Ireland. So we stop in Ireland, we get like an hour, and we're only in the airport, right? So you can't even go do anything else. We had a buddy, big Jameson fan, right? So we go back, we're going to the duty-free store just looking, ain't nobody had a drink for 6 months. So everybody's like, what's the duty-free got that I could take home and crack open upon landing? And so he walks in there, and we're all going in there. Right at the top shelf, there's a bottle of Jameson Black Barrel, right? $600, which its MSRP is, I think, like 44, 45, somewhere in that range, 40 to 50. He's like, awesome, that's a great deal. He said, I know my Jameson, I'm getting it. He brought that thing home, looked up the MSRP, and he could have. The look on his face was priceless. I wish I would have took a picture of it to have it framed on the wall because he $600 for that shit, and he drank it in probably a week. So not only was it something that he tried to save, he went and got tore up on it and wasted it as well. So yeah, that's the dumbasses that I know.
Yeah, you definitely have to do your homework. I know.
Yeah.
I know a lot of the duty-free websites for the different airports you could go to that have them. You could look ahead of time and find out what the prices are.
Right.
That way you could do your homework and make a little bit more educated consumer decisions.
Right. Yeah, you did a little bit of research going out there, right? Seeing what they had.
Yeah.
Were you satisfied in total, you think, with what they had, or do you think the website had a couple of hitters on there that you were hoping to see?
No, I mean, Dallas, I didn't really look because I sort of knew that I wasn't going to be able to purchase anything. While I was there,
It's like, why get your hopes up?
That's right, yeah. So I did look at the Frankfurt International Airport in Germany, so that's where we were flying back home out of, and did do a little bit of homework ahead of time. And, again, I think, we'll talk more in another episode about all the bourbon hunting we tried to do while we were over there in Germany. We got to hit a couple different cities. But really, unless you were a 80 proof Jack Daniels watered down aficionado, that would have been your mecca. But
Right.
not so much for what we were looking for to bring back home to the basement bourbon bar.
Right, exactly.
Right? So again, it's important to do your homework, and a lot of times you can get that deal a lot closer at home and not get raked over the coals. Because I do know the morning I left, something was going on in Virginia. What was going on in Virginia, Phil?
They were doing a bottle drop, right? They had special drop.
Single barrels, yeah.
Single barrels for a lot of different.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I know. It was overwhelming. It was overwhelming.
There was a lot of different brands that was doing single barrels. And
So you had your Elijah Craig, right?
Yeah, they had the Elijah Craig.
Private
they had
selection.
The, private selection for that. They had the Wild Turkey single barrel. They had some more, but then they surprise dropped some regular allocated bottles.
Absolutely.
Just the single barrels.
Yeah.
Yeah, so normally they'll just drop those randomly, but walking to the store looking for, I could point out everything they had because Virginia sort of gets the same thing every year. I don't know how it is in a lot of your states, but you're always going to see the Elijah Craig private barrels. You're going to see the Rebel single barrels from Lux Row Distillery. You're going to see, they had Bob Dylan's celebrity whiskey. What was that? Heaven's Door.
Yeah, Heaven's Door,
yeah. But yeah, it was nice to walk in and see some of those allocated bottles that we normally don't see unless they do these special drops. What did you pick up, man?
I picked up the Elijah Craig Foolproof.
There you go. Is that right there?
And I picked.
Got it right up here.
The B524 barrel proof. You get to crack that son of a gun open yet?
I did. It tasted like bourbon.
Bourbon,
Yes.
you don't say.
That's still a signature note.
It's a
And he's
strong-
fucking spot on every time.
That's right. It does taste like bourbon.
And I got the Wild Turkey single barrel.
Wild Turkey single barrel, there you go.
This one's a gem. Because if you didn't know, we are currently sipping on the Wild Turkey single barrel.
Yep.
Though a different brick house.
Absolutely right. So, by no means are we the Wild Turkey be-all, know-all experts, but, we've gotten, me and you have gotten a couple opportunities to go down to Kentucky and dick around for a long weekend, hitting the distilleries, go to a couple different bourbon bars, trying the different libations, right? And,
Yeah, that reminds me too. We're going to record the next one down there, so you stay tuned for that
There
trip.
you go. Yeah, God help us. Stay tuned for that one. Very impressive things going on in Kentucky when we go down there. But with Wild Turkey, I know I have a couple here from different warehouses, right? Now, I know when you talk about single barrel bourbon, or any single barrel product, right? it's not always the same.
Right.
You know, it could be from a different rick house, or maybe sort of the same locations in certain areas of one rick house, but
Right.
you're always going to get a different flavor profile, right? So I think here at the Basement Bourbon Bar, you know, we've tried the Warehouse B, Kentucky Spirit Single Barrel. I have the Tyrone Warehouse G, which is what we're drinking now. I know
It's fantastic.
last week we were just sitting down here after a hard day at the mill, just doing a little blind between the both, and I think we were all, you know, drawn towards that Tyrone Warehouse. In my experience, what I've seen from other people doing reviews on the Wild Turkey stuff, that Tyrone Warehouse sort of seems to be the honey hole, right?
Yeah.
And I know, Phil, where was your Wild Turkey from?
Tyrone F.
Tyrone F. So possibly another one from the Tyrone honey hole, and we can see how it compares against our Tyrone G we're sipping on now.
That'd be exciting. Exciting crack.
Go ahead and crack that son of a bitch open.
Yeah, the Tyrones, and it feels like to me, it's the flavors of the Warehouse Beat was awesome, but the flavors of the Tyrone seem to just be like way more prominent and elevated. You know, it's like everything you're looking for is what it is. So if you haven't had one yet, or if you know more than us, comment and tell us we're idiots, or try it and let us know what you think.
Full disclaimer, we are idiots.
Yeah. We don't need to be told it, but you know.
Confirmation
welcome
never
it.
hurts. Yeah. But yeah, Nick, everything you said spot on. A lot of the sweet notes you get in the Warehouse B, it's a lot muted once you try that Tyrone version. It's more
Exactly.
It's almost violent in a good way, right? It's a lot more present, slaps you in the face, and a lot more pronounced.
Just how Phil likes it.
Just how Phil likes it. Yes.
Slaps you in the face.
And I'm gonna tell you right now,
You just get the nose off of it.
right off the riff. Oh, damn it, Phil, you son of a bitch! I think that's gonna be you know, we have the honey hole, but then we have the honey hole, right?
Oh yeah, I hope so.
Which you don't tell your wife about when you go visit it, right?
You never tell your wife about the honey hole.
All right.
Yeah, wow. The nose is actually very different.
Mm-hmm.
Very different. Yeah, wow.
Seems like
I think that this one might be.
a little bit. It smells more complex. You get a little
It
bit
does.
more nuance in some of the notes, and it's stronger, right? We said this
Yeah.
one was more direct to the point. I think this one, Tyrone F, the one Phil got, is the exclamation mark on that one.
Yeah, I
So
think so too.
we could go in for the taste.
Mm. Yeah, that's fucking good. Mm.
Yeah, definitely more pronounced oak, but you still get a little bit of that sweetness of what a typically Wild Turkey product has to offer. But again, a lot stronger, a lot forceful profile on
We'll get
the on the palate.
Some berries off of this one, honestly. On the back end, are you catching any of that? A little bit of berry.
No.
Now, what's it taste like to you, Phil?
What you got?
1 minute. Bourbon.
Bourbon.
We're gonna make sure it's Phil's face underneath it just says "tastes like bourbon."
Absolutely. I think this
We're gonna
is
wear that one episode.
101 proof, but yeah, I think I get some sort of red berries. I don't know
Yeah.
if I'm very commitful which specific one. Maybe raspberry a little bit on the back end of the palate, but I mean, both 101 proof bourbons. This one's giving me more of the Kentucky hum.
Yeah,
It's
100%.
it's lingering on the palate. Get a little bit more heat, which is not a bad thing for me. You know, I like a little bit more proofier bourbons, but
Yeah,
it's starting to come down the crawl right there and let you know that it's here. And I think that's definitely the move right there, Phil. So
Yeah.
congratulations, man.
Hell yeah.
We'll do a bottle swap. I'll take this and
Gives me the Kentucky quiver.
the old Kentucky quiver. Forgot about the quiver.
Yeah,
That's something you
that's
can
a
see.
story for another time.
Onlyfans.com / Nick Kentucky Quiver.
Yeah. Please subscribe.
Please subscribe. Yeah, we're looking for our first one. Huh?
Yeah, it's rough doing it with just for one person every month. It's a lot. It's too much commitment. It feels like.
But I support you all the way, though. No matter
Thank
what.
you. Are you the one?
Yeah, surprise!
Yeah. Oh man.
Well, as we try to get the train back on the tracks, I don't know how we can get back from that derail. Again, like we talked about when I was coming home from Frankfurt last week, I did pick up one guy from the duty-free store at Frankfurt International, and it was Jack Daniels Tennessee Travelers Sweet and Oaky. So this is exclusive to the Traveler series. I believe the options were the Sweet and Oaky, which is a higher proof offering, and also they had a Bold and Spicy, which was their rye rendition. I'm more of the bourbon palate compared to the rye, but here we're looking at 80% corn, 12% barley, 8% rye. Again, sitting in there at 107 proof. Limited edition. You can only get these Tennessee Travelers, I believe, in duty-free stores.
And that makes it really cool, honestly, I think. That's a cool thing to make you want to go when you're traveling to look at the duty-frees, right?
Mm-hmm.
A little bit more incentive.
Mm-hmm.
Because, you know, I wouldn't say I would typically hunt Jack Daniels,
No.
but that sounds, Sweet and Oaky sounds fantastic.
Yes.
And especially if it's only something you can get at duty-free, why not grab it?
$29.99.
Right.
$30
$29.99, $30, why not? See if you like it.
So
That's what we're about to do, see if we like it.
Oh, yeah.
absolutely. So again, little smaller bottle over there in Europe. Normally they're 700 milliliter. This one's 500. So scale it up to a regular size bottle where you used to here in the States, probably about a $40 bottle.
Yeah.
I've wasted $40 on a lot more shittier bourbons. Again, compared to another episode where we gave the homage to this turd right here.
Yeah, the turd of turds.
Turds.
Fantastic.
So again, we'll get into it.
Oh, thank you, sir.
Do a quick rinse. Thank you.
And just like that, you have 300 milliliters.
Yeah, shit. Alright. Gentlemen, let's see.
Damn, Phil, you could palm a Glen.
I'll tell you, really not a lot off the nose after strong proof.
Yeah, I think we may have screwed the pooch here. Typically, you would go for a higher proof bourbon after a lower proof one,
Yeah.
but I can tell you, compared to that Wild Turkey, this may be apples and oranges. But
Yeah.
a lot less muted aroma coming off the nose.
It's starting to come out a little bit more pronounced now. You definitely smell the sweet and the oak. I mean, that is the first two. I mean,
Yeah, I'm getting floral notes in there. Definitely,
definitely
sweet. You get the
floral.
oak, but it's a lot more floral in nature.
and way toned down. But that might not be doing it justice because we did have a high proof right before this. Yeah, very floral.
Not bad, not bad.
Almost
Definitely,
a little bit of cinnamon off the nose.
definitely drinks lower proof compared to the 101 proof, 107 proof drinking lower than 101 proof Wild Turkey. But still, this is
And this is 107, yeah.
107, yep. But again, very smooth. Little bit of legs. I mean, this wouldn't be bad with over some ice if you're outside in the summertime, like we got right now. But
Yeah.
I mean, this would be quite nice over some ice.
I get some almond now. You catch any of that? Bill? Bourbon?
What you got, Phil? Drop the
Whiskey?
knowledge on us.
Smells like whiskey.
There you go. Yeah, I'm definitely
this
getting that. I'm getting almond on the palate. Didn't get it on the nose. Definitely on the back of the palate. Absolutely.
This is a great summer sipper. Honestly, it's very smooth, very sweet. It's good.
and it's not hot. You know, it's
really not.
Yeah, a little bit of heat when you first the first part when you drink it, but after that it dissipates really nicely. I mean, that's a solid port for $40 for 750 milliliter.
Yeah,
That's worth it all day long.
All day, yeah. If I came across that, I'd grab it, especially during the summer. I'd grab it, throw some shit on the grill. It's good.
So we're gonna have to do another $8,000 trip to Germany to come home with a $30 bottle.
That's right. Sacrifices, everyone. You got to make them.
Absolutely. So again, yeah, this was specifically at duty free in Frankfurt. We also got some other things that we brought home, spoils of war from Germany, and I can tell you this one right here. We scored a 2022 limited edition 4 Roses small batch, barrel strength, coming in at 109 proof. That's that good Western Pennsylvania math wearing off on me. But again, limited edition, 4,890 bottles. Found this sitting where you least expect it, right? When you go to all the touristy areas looking for different bourbons. But that's going to be a discussion for another day.
Yep. On one of the next episodes, we're going to crack that thing open. Waiting on old Greg to get in here, and we're going to shoot it with him opening that thing up. You know where to find him, right? You can tell the people how to contact him.
That's right. Right now, Greg Gilbert's in the mountains of West Virginia, where men are men, sheep are scared, at the Bigfoot enthusiast, I don't know, mingling. I don't know what the hell they do over there, but yeah, he's at a Bigfoot rally. So more power to him. Bigfoot 2024.
They spend the mornings soaking in the lake, and at night they do hunts where they send out the Sasquatch call. Now, Phil, do you have your best Sasquatch call for the camera? Come on, man, send one out.
Yep. Well, we can see here, we got a little bit more drinking to do before I flush that from my memory. So until next time, again, uncut, never filtered. Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers.